This lesson will focus on expanding brackets with Surds from National 5. Example 1. Expand and simplify 4 root 5, bracket root 3, add root 5. In example 1, we want to expand the bracket and simplify. Just if we were using algebraic terms, we're going to apply the same rules here. 4 root 5 will multiply the root 3. 4 root 5 will multiply the root 5. So let's go through this process. 4 root 5 multiplied by root 3. We can only multiply things that are both underneath a root sign. So I'm going to leave my 4 here. Root 5 multiplied by root 3 will be root 15. I'll put my addition symbol in. 4 root 5 multiplied by root 5 will again leave the 4. Now root 5 multiplied by root 5, we can write that as root 25. Now let's see if we can simplify down at all. So root 15, we can't get a whole number answer for that, so I'm going to leave that as 4 root 15. We know that the square root of 25 is 5, so that's going to be 4 multiplied by 5. So my final answer is 4 root 15 adding 20. Example 2. Expand and simplify, bracket root 3 add root 6, bracket root 15 subtract root 6. In our second example, we want to expand out the double brackets and then simplify. So we'll begin root 3 multiplied by root 15. That will give me root 45. Now I've multiplied this by this, so now I'm going to multiply the root 3 by the root 6. Both of them are underneath root signs, so positive root 3 multiplied by negative root 6 is going to give my negative first of all. Root 3 by root 6 will be root 18. Now let's go from here. So I've got my root 6 multiplied by my root 15. I'm going to add that. So then if we multiply them together, we're going to get the square root of 90. Then I have my root 6, which I will multiply by negative root 6. Positive and a negative gives me a negative. Root 6 multiplied by root 6 gives me root 36. Now at this stage here, we need to see if we can simplify anything down. So root 45, are there two numbers that multiply together to give me 45, one of them being square? Well, I could write that as root 9 multiplying root 5. We're going to do the same with the root 18. Looking for two numbers, one must be square, so I will write that as root 9 multiplied by root 2. Add, again, two numbers. I'm going to go with root 9 multiplied by root 10. And then over here, well, we know the square root of 36 is simply just 6. Now, this is a really difficult example because we've had to deal with so many different properties, but just take your time going through it. So the square root of 9 is 3, so I will write that as 3 root 5. Subtract, again, the square root of 9 is 3, so that will now be 3 root 2. Again, the square root of 9 is 3, so that will be 3 root 10. And then I'm going to subtract 6. Now here, there is nothing that I can do in terms of simplifying down. Root 5, root 2, root 10 are all different, so we can't simplify down, so that is our final answer. Example 3. Expand and simplify, bracket 2 root 2 add 1, bracket 3 root 10 subtract root 5. Final example is probably the most difficult one that you're going to see, but let's give it a bash and we'll see how we go. Okay, 2 root 2 multiplied by 3 root 10. So I'll take the coefficients first of all, the whole numbers, they're not underneath root signs. So 2 multiplied by 3 gives me 6. And then I have root 2 multiplied by root 10. That's going to give me root 20. Okay. I'm now going to take my 2 root 2 and multiply that by negative root 5. So first of all, I'm going to get a negative. Now I've got a 2 here, and I've got a secret 1 there. So 2 multiplied by 1 is just 2. Root 2 multiplied by root 5 is root 10. Now I need to take this positive 1 and multiply everything in the second bracket by that. So 1 multiplied by 3 root 10, anything multiplied by 1 just stays the same, so that will be add 3 root 10. And then I have 1 multiplied by negative root 5, which is just going to be negative root 5. So at that stage here, we now are going to simplify. Root 20, that can be broken down. So that is going to be 6 multiplied by, and I will choose root 4 multiplied by root 5. Remember, put the square number first of all, it just makes your life easier. Negative 2 root 10, add 3 root 10 will give you positive root 10. I could have put a number 1 there, but I don't need to. And then we're subtracting root 5. Right, we're almost there. The square root of 4 is 2, which I will multiply by that 6 to give me 12 root 5. I'm adding root 10 and then subtracting root 5. So finally, 12 root 5 subtracting 1 root 5 leaves me 11 root 5, and then we add on our root 10. These two things aren't the same, so they can't be added together, and that's us done. It's really difficult, but that's the hardest it's going to get.